Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Bob with Bob's Leatherworks in Raleigh, North Carolina. And what you're looking at right here is a brand new and one of two Cowboy Fast Draw action holsters with the wax bullet deflector and the rolled out throat. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is how I am going to be making these holsters in the future. I have changed the way I'm going to be making them. And this is one of two. The other one is down on the floor, and I'll show it to you a little bit later on. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out the gun and set it off to the side. That's my Uberti Peacemaker clone, 4 5/8. And I'm going to pull the holster off the belt right there like that and set it aside for a moment and talk about the belt a little bit. Here it is again. This is a Ranger overlap style. Here are this gentleman's initials, ELP. Get them up to the light. There they are, ELP. And my maker stamp, bobsleatherworks.com, made in the USA. This gentleman wanted brass on his belt buckle and holster strap, and that's what he has. I don't know if the brass is showing up. I don't see it on my monitor. And here is the belt billet side. This one's a little thicker than usual. I used 2 pieces of 5-ounce, 4 5-ounce leather sewed together. And this one is suede lined. There is the suede. Okay. Both these gentlemen are long enough in their measurement to be able to get 24 bullet loops on their gun belt. So there they are. And this gun belt is at least 1/4 of an inch thick. Probably right on the money. If you can see the punch primers on these bullets, these are my Hollywood bullets. There's no powder in them. And they come with smooth primers on them, so I ran them through a gun and punched them so that I know for sure that these are not live rounds. So there's the belt. Okay. And the only difference between these two gun belts, the other one being down on the floor where you can't see it, is that this one's 2 inches shorter than the other one. So their sizes are only different by 2 inches. So now let's get to the holster. Okay. I have been having problems in making the holster fully lined with rawhide. And I'm going to show you one that was the one that made me decide to stop doing it that way. Here it is. This one was supposed to be for this gentleman, ELP, but as it was drying, after having been dropped in water only twice, because I have to do it, the glue was letting loose on the rawhide in between. Okay, so right here we got a bubble, right there, and another one down here, and little odds and ends of places where the glue let loose. Down in here too, I don't know if you can't see it because it's very white, hasn't been dyed, and it was letting loose too, and then it got misshapen down in here. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a lump right there that I can push around with my fingers. The punched out holes for the leg tie were sliding away, and you can see the rawhide inside. And I looked at it, and here's another one right here, if you can see it or not, as the light bounces off of it, right there. So I decided no more. So, and these are burn-offs when I flatten out the nylon thread. So that is history. And I just retrieved it from the garbage can again after having thrown it in there twice. And I've decided not to do it this way anymore. So I'm going to set that aside and tell you what's going to be next, or is next. Okay, this holster now has an insert of rawhide up here on top. And you can see the sew line where I put it in, and I glued it in, of course, but then it is sewn all the way around, and it's small enough that it laid flat until I bent it when it was wet with water. And the same down here. Now you can't see the sew line in here. Well, maybe there you can. There's the sew line right in there as it starts here and curves upward, and comes back around and comes back to there. So this is the wax bullet deflector, and it is lined with rawhide. See, can't do it because I put it up high enough to get it to where the bullet deflector has rawhide in it to hold it in place, and then the two holes that are for the leg tie thong are just above the rawhide. So the rest of the gun belt, or rest of the holster, I'm sorry, is not lined with rawhide, but it is sufficiently tight. Now, let me show you the difference. Here, let me get a metal scissor with a plastic handle on it. There is the bullet, or the rolled out throat with the rawhide in it. You get a slightly different sound down here where there's no rawhide. But this is stiff. This has been drying now for about 2 days. Okay, and this one down here, same sound. Okay, I want to mark it up. And then this is regular leather. It will not collapse. Another thing about these holsters, which you may or may not know, and let me take you back to this one for half a sec. Okay. Okay. When this is laying flat, okay, this rides up. Okay, and you can see that the holes don't match up. Okay, until such time as they are pulled down, and that is what creates the curve out to keep the holster away from your leg. And you could see it on this one too. Okay, see, let me pull out a little bit. Hang on a second, I think I'm just a little too tight with the camera, so let me see if I can widen out a little bit. There we go. Alright, and then there we go. We can show you the curve out. There it is right there. Just like that. There's the slide ledge inside, okay, and there's the curve out. And you can see the curve of the wax bullet deflector too. So this one, when I have it, when I can get it, when I have it in, because I run out of it sometimes, but I have some now. This is called Kodiak lace. It's 1/4 inch wide. It's supple but very strong. So I used it on these 2 rigs, and this is much tougher stuff than the 5/32 Utah lace that I sometimes use too. I mean, it's okay, but this is the best. So he also wanted standard straps on the holster. So these are brass to match the belt buckle. And there is the gun in the holster, and there is your zero retention. Demonstrate it again. As soon as I get it going, she falls right out. I formed these holsters with an old model Vaquero to get that nice open look about them. Okay? And then when I put in my Peacemaker clone, which is almost exactly like a new model Ruger Vaquero, okay, you get a good zero retention fit as it slides out. So you'll get no drag. There is the fast draw cut. The measurements on this one I've put out enough of these to know, because I've gotten no bad feedback. This meets all the CFDA requirements. And here are the stabilization wings on the holster. Okay, they keep it nice and tight to your body, just like that. So this is a great improvement. Another extremely great improvement for me in making them this way is that it saves me 2 days in making one of these, because I in the past I had to let those dry long enough thinking that they would hold on, but they would not, meaning that the glue inside the 3 layers, the rawhide and the 2 layers of leather on the outside, just were not holding on. I was getting, mixed results. I put out some holsters where they held on fine, other times it didn't, and since it's not reliable, I decided to change. And that one proved it right there. So it's lessons learned. Not everything goes perfectly. All the edges are burnished, see? Smoothed out with water, and this is one tough holster, okay, for Cowboy Fast Draw Action. It will not collapse up here and maintain at 0 retention. So I'll call it new and improved. Low fat, no MSG, made from real cows, but there they are. So here are his initials again, ELP, and my stamp. And I'm putting American flags on all my holsters now. Wherever I can put an American flag, I will do it. So for the putting it back together again, wherever it wound up, there it is right here. Okay. When you get your holster and gun belt, I'll have it put together for you so that the slide is right through. Okay. And that way the slide prevents it from riding up. Can't ride up, can't pull down of course, but it can't ride up. So let's get this one wrapped around. Put the gun back in it. Okay. And set it right there. Maybe that won't work out so well, so let's do it this way. Okay. And here comes the other one. Okay. Here's the second one, just like its buddy. Okay, and the initials on this one are KMS. So there are 2 identical gun belts made by Bob's Leatherworks in Raleigh, North Carolina. Both of them are Cowboy Fast Draw Action rigs with wax bullet deflectors on them. Okay. So if you are in CFDA or you are thinking about it, here it is. And one more thought. I just sent out a rig to a gentleman who earned it as a prize at the Kentucky State Championship, and his holster had a couple of lumps in it, and although the gun fit well, had 0 retention, and it matched the belt very well, and so on and so forth, in my own mind I've decided that I'm going to send him another one. So if he happens to be seeing this, and I'm going to send him an email to let him know that he's going to get another holster for the belt that I sent him, so that it doesn't have any lumps in it, and that way he'll hopefully be a happier camper. So there you go. If you want to order a rig or call me and ask some questions, please do so. And that's it for now. And I'm going to get this up on YouTube as quickly as I can. And that's about it for today. So thanks for watching, and bye-bye from Raleigh, North Carolina.